Today we're going to talk about rotation, and in particular we're going to talk about rotational rows. When we do rotation, a lot of people in the gyms, they skip over rotation. They may think of oblique crunches or some kind of side bending as being an oblique exercise, and the obliques are meant for rotation or turning, so they've got that covered. However, they waste endless repetitions doing certain crunches that just have no application in daily life. Some people will evolve into medicine ball activity. They'll throw the ball up against the wall as they churn, they let go of the ball, or they'll pass the ball to somebody behind them as they make that movement. More often than not, though, those people aren't really churning like they should. They're cranking from the waist. They're turning from the waist. A lot of back injuries may happen because of that. We're going to go over some really fundamental principles on how to get a good rotation as we add a simple movement into that rotation. So let's go take a look at that. When we go into rotation, before we start rowing with the band I'm going to use today, we want to talk about a good fundamental pivot with the foot. Now, when I pivot, this is going to be really important to make sure that I'm moving from the hips and I'm not moving from the waist. I don't want any low back pain. What I want to do is I want to make sure that this is all stemming through my hips. My waist follows my hips. Now, from this position, my post leg does not pivot along with it. If I start pivoting here, I'm going to lose the essence of the rotation, and I'm going to make this into some different movement that I don't want. So I'm going to get that nice pivot here, pivoting into. So I want the toes and the knee pointed towards that foot. Now this foot will give up a little bit of ground. We just don't want that foot to totally turn facing that same direction. Holding on to the band, what I'm going to ask is that your body is upright. I want you to think about the middle of your body making a line, and that line is totally perpendicular. And this is going to be your finished position at the top with your body. We don't want any leaning to the one side. Also, we don't want to rotate through the shoulders. I should be nice and square. Everybody pointing forward. Nose, navel pointing towards that wall. To begin this movement now with this row, I'm going to pivot that foot as I reach for my anchor point. Notice how my hips, we shift back. My spine is in line here. I've got a nice rigid spine. I'm not folding over. I'm holding my chest, keeping my shoulders away from the wall. The inside leg now, this is going to be instrumental when it comes to this movement. I need to push into that floor, squeezing that left glute as I stand up nice and tall. Keeping those ribs down, glutes tight. The counterintuitive thing about this is that I'm not using any arms. Sure, the hand's holding onto the band, causing the arm to do a few things, but my primary movers is my glute, through my abs, into my upper back. Unlike doing a whole bunch of ab crunches that are going to get you nowhere, when I pivot to that side, that gets a nice stretch on that most popular IT band. And I'm going to say that that's going to give you more stretch, more bang for your buck, rotating and stretching out that IT band in that integrative movement pattern, rather than spending your time doing some kind of isolated isometric stretch on the ground. A lot of benefits you could take from the gym and apply it to daily life. Take that to heart. Have a good time with that. Happy pivoting.